Very warm welcome to this Startup India Carnival 2023. Here today two things are happening. One is the Startup India Carnival event. Parallelly we have the sensitization workshop on Startup India Seed Fund Scheme for the innovators, students, startup entrepreneurs. Also that will kickstart in next few minutes. Now we have a pre-event session where Dr. Ramchandramurthy Garu, who is the Director and Head of IP Department, Newland Laboratories Private Limited. So he is the PhD scholar and also the top 100 IP leaders in India. He is heading a private company as well as helping out many other entrepreneurs through his IP services. IP means intellectual property services for protecting our innovations or products or services or designs, trademarks, logos, such kind of our intellectual things. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ramchandramurthy Garu to take on the session. So after this pre-event session, our dignitaries, Vice Chancellor of JNTU and other dignitaries from the government departments will arrive and will kickstart that Startup India Carnival also. Thank you very much, sir.
See, the thing is, when we are going to start something, first thing we have to do is market analysis. That's the first important thing. Without doing market analysis, if you start work, it will become a waste of your work. For that reason, I will tell you one fan example, how to do market analysis. From that, we will see how to do prior art search, and we will go to the confidentiality agreement and non-disclosure collaboration. Next slide, please. Filing patents, then out-licensing it, and then life cycle management and commercial strategy. See, the thing is, first of all, when we want to start any startup, we have to see on which topic we have to start the research. That is the first important thing, right? For example, if you want to start a research on a ceiling fan, right? Madam, slide please. Yeah, come down. So this is ordinary ceiling fan, right? So you want to do research on this ceiling fan. So what you people want to do? You want to start a startup company for a ceiling fan. So what you people do? I want to start a startup company for this ceiling fan. What I have to do? Tell me. So first of all, you have to see what is the requirement of the market. See, already this ceiling fan is existing, might be costing 1500 rupees to 2000. So first of all, you have to see what are the disadvantages of this ceiling fan. Then only someone will buy from you, because you are just a startup. Some innovation should be there from your side. If not, nobody will come and buy from you, right? So first of all, you have to see what are the disadvantages in this ceiling fan. Let's tell, what are the disadvantages in this ceiling fan? Is it easy to clean? Right? For cleaning, you have to climb, you have to use some ladder, right? We don't know about what is about that electricity bill and what is the efficiency of spreading of air throughout the room. So many disadvantages are there, right? So the thing is, if you have a ceiling fan with all these advantages and able to sell this ceiling fan at same 1500 to 2000 rupees, then definitely people will come and buy your product. It applies to every product, not only ceiling fan. It may be AC, it may be cooler, it may be some computer, some laptop, whatever may be. For example, whatever the laptop presently available, maybe high-end laptops now costing around 60 to 70,000 rupees, right? If you want to buy any laptop with good specification, maybe you have to spend 60 to 70,000 rupees. If you are able to manufacture the same laptop with 20,000 or 25,000 rupees, or whatever the disadvantages in the present laptop, and if you're able to invent them, automatically people will come and purchase you. So first of all, what you have to do? You have to do market analysis. Madam, next slide please. See, my daughter is very lazy. She don't want to go and switch on the fan. So she always asks me, Dad, go and switch on the fan. So For me, for my daughter, remote is very important. She can use and switch on the remote. Next. See, I can use the remote, the fan come down, my wife can easily clean it. Next slide, please. Lot of power spending is there. Come next slide. So, okay, I will come back. So, if you want to incorporate all these things in that single fan, it may cost around 3,000 or 3,500. Instead of that, I will tell to my wife or my servant maid, buy 150 rupees that cleaning knob and use it. Come down. Why you spend another 1,500 rupees? So if all these things comes in the same 1,500 rupees, whatever the deficiencies are there in existing fan, with the same 1,500 rupees, if you get it, definitely everyone will come and purchase from you. So first of all, what you have to do? Market analysis you people have to do. On the topic on which you want to do research, first of all, you have to do market analysis. That means, what is the requirement of the market is very important. So once completion of the market analysis, the next thing is you have to do prior art search. You think that most of the times, whatever idea coming to your mind is novel or innovation, or you think that nothing is existing in the world, I only know that. It's not true. The same thing is already reported in somewhere in the literature. First of all, you have to search it. You have to see that. If it is already existing, what is the use for you people working again on the same topic? It's a waste of your money, waste of your time, waste of your energy, and waste of your efforts, right? So first of all, once you want to start the research on ceiling fan, what you people have to do? You have to do prior art search. In the prior art search already, everything is there. Remote control system is already available. For cleaning, by using remote fan is coming down. For efficiency of fans, some companies are introducing fans with automatic mechanical techniques. So it's already available in the prior art. So what is the use for you people starting startup for ceiling fan? But if you are able to do it at the same 1,500 rupees, then you may be succeed. So when you want to do startup work, first of all, you have to see whatever you are thinking is already available or reported in the literature. That is called as a prior art literature. Come down. Confidentiality agreement. See, before going to confidentiality, I will go to non-disclosure. What happens in most of the cases when we have an idea, scientists love to share the things to the people. When I'm doing my PhD, when I got a first time polymorph, I told to almost 20 to 30 people, I got a new polymorph, new polymorph, new polymorph. Like, because I want to share my happiness. But the thing is, it's a wrong thing. We should not disclose. First, you have to file a patent or a trademark and design, and then only you have to disclose your invention. If you disclose invention to openly somewhere, what happens? Someone will make a small change to it, and they will file a patent, and they will get everything. And you are the loser. So don't disclose your invention openly to everywhere. In social media, WhatsApp, or going somewhere. Don't disclose your inventions, right? The second thing is collaboration. See, the most successful people are people who have a collaboration. Alone we can't do everything. So for example, if you want to invent a new fan, along with a mechanical engineer, you require electrical engineer. Maybe you require sometimes a software engineer. Maybe sometimes a chemical engineer. So collaboration is very important. So you have to see who are the people required for your startup, for success of your project, and you have to collaborate them. And the another thing is you should have some kind of confidentiality agreement between all you people. Why you require agreement between all of you? Later you people start fighting. I contributed this thing, you contributed this thing, I contributed like that, you not contributed. Like that people start fighting. Most of the people, why startups fails? Due to lack of confidentiality or collaboration agreement. So first of all, you should people have a common interest, common agenda, common goal, and you should have some kind of confidentiality agreement and a collaboration agreement. Why you require confidentiality agreement? The confidentiality agreement you require from your employees, because you have some key employees. For example, you started a company with 10-15 people, right? In that, your invention might be known to 5 to 10 people, right? If you not inform, if you don't have some kind of agreement, after 3-4 months, your employee leave the company, and then you don't have, that invention will be theft. And that if that employee is more intelligent than you, he go out and he may establish better invention. So you should have some kind of confidentiality or collaboration kind of agreement with your employees when you start up the company. Next slide, please, madam. So once you have an invention, what you have to do? Don't disclose anywhere. What you have to do is file a patent. Of course, trademark is not that much important because it maybe in some cases design might be important. So you file a patent, and if required, you file a design patent. So filing patent is very not that much costly. It's just cost around 1,750 rupees, and attorney cost may take you another 20,000-30,000 rupees. But it makes a lot of value addition for you guys. Okay, and then next slide, please. See why it is important. See, the thing is, you invented a new ceiling fan. If you manufacture one ceiling fan, it will cost 2,000. If you manufacture 10,000 ceiling fans, it may cost 800 or 700. That means cost of your product will reduces in a bulk quantity, right? Same thing. If you manufacture one shirt, it may cost around 100 rupees. If you manufacture 100 shirts, it may cost around 50 rupees. So you require an investor, you require a person who can market your product. Because you are a small guy, you are a startup, so you cannot market your product because you don't have a marketing team, you don't have a advanced scientific team, you don't have a regulatory kind of thing, and you don't have a government relations, right? Government relations also very important. You should have some kind of relation in government to launch your product, to get some kind of subsidies and all those things. So what happens if you file the patent and if you have already have a granted patent, then you can go to a advanced developed a big multinational company with your invention, and you can say, this is my invention. They will in-license your product. That means we out-license our product to them, and they will give some money to us. With that money, we can do further research, further establish our organization. So first thing what we should do, we should have a patent. If not, you go and approach some multinational company and you ask them to invest, what they will say? They will ask you, did you file a patent? Where is the protection for your invention? Then there will be no answer from your side, right? So the thing is, you should, if you have a patent, then it is easy for you people to convince the investor from the multinational companies to out-license your product, and automatically you can generate some kind of revenue. Next. See, life cycle management means, see, as a startup company, if you do only one product, you don't succeed. Then you have to do all related products to that product. That means, along with the ceiling fan, I have to do research on a table fan or out cooler or something, whatever the related products are there. And able to launch one product after another product with a specific period of time, 1 year, 2 year or 3 years gap. Then what happens? You can generate the revenue. If not, if you have only one product, what happens? After some time, some competition may increase and some other person may come with a better invention, and you may lose exclusivity on your product and you have to come out of the market. If you have a 3-4 products at the same time, that means if you are able to launch at least 3-4 products for every 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, like that, then what you will have? You will have a good number of products with you. Then you can definitely sustain in the market. It's just like a Marwadi shop. You know why Marwadi shops succeeded in the villages or towns? I'll tell you the secret of that. See, if you go to the Marwadi shop, you will get everything, whatever you want, you will get it. But 70% of the things only sold. 30% is not soldable things there. But still, the Marwadi keep those 30% of things in his shop, because people will feel that if you want anything, we can go and purchase from that shop. That's called a business strategy. For that reason only in pharma company, if you see, there's a pharma company called as MSN. they file highest number of DMFs. Every year they file 45, 50 DMFs. Whatever the product you want, you will get it. The strategy of that company is whoever wants something, ready-made with them. Of course, out of 50, 20 will be useless. But for remaining 30 people will come. In the similar way, when you are a startup company, you should have 4 or 5 products, similar products. If you have only one product and then you want to succeed in the market, you cannot. So that's the secret of the success of the Marwadi shops in any villages or towns, anywhere. 30% is unsold products, but still they succeed with the remaining 70% product selling profit. Got it? So similar way, if you have 4 or 5 products, 1, 2 products may not succeed, but remaining 3 products you may succeed. So for that reason, you should have a list of products having similar kind of things. Okay, please. So another thing is, I already told you about commercial strategy, right? So commercial strategy means already the product ceiling fan is available at 1500 rupees. So if I sell at the same price 1500 rupees with additional benefits, then maybe it's a good commercial strategy. Or I may sell 1400 rupees, but I want to manufacturing at 800 rupees only. That's a commercial strategy. When I can manufacture at 800, when I have a collaboration with a multinational company. Because the thing is, I told you already, bulk manufacturing always gives a help in cost reduction. See, if you manufacture 1 kg of ciprofloxacin, it will cost you $80. If you manufacture 5,000 kgs of ciprofloxacin, it will cost around you $30. Why? The raw material cost will reduces. Because when you purchase the things in a bulk order, raw material cost will reduces. In the similar way, if you have a patent and if you are able to out-license your technology to some company, and then if you are succeeding in that, that company, multinational company, will manufacture it. For that reason, what you know, Mahindra and Mahindra people will do a lot of research, lot of friendship with startup companies. You know, they want to take that knowledge from them and want to give some return back to you people like you, Mahindra and Mahindra, L&T. L&T people also do a lot of collaboration works from a startup companies. So this is very important. Okay, so I already covered these points. First thing is, when you start a company, first thing you always think about protecting your IP. Whatever your IP generated, don't disclose anywhere. First file a patent and then disclose somewhere. And then registering a patent is not a costly thing. It will just cost you around 1750 rupees and may cost another 20,000, 30,000 rupees or 40,000 rupees an attorney cost. Next slide, please. Due diligence is very important. Whatever thing you want to introduce, first of all, you see whether it is already existing. Don't waste your time. So do good amount of prior art search and see whether it is already existing or not. Because I told you already that ceiling fans, all what I thought is my invention, already existing. So that's a waste of time for me if I do the same thing. And then effective strategies, policies. That means if you have a startup company, if you have 10, 15 employees, then you should have a policy that you should have some kind of agreement with your employees so that nobody will steal your invention. And then agreement related to intellectual properties, that talks about the employees agreement, and another thing is collaboration kind of agreement. So that means alone you can't do things, you should have some kind of collaboration, then only you people can succeed in that. So next slide, next slide, next slide, next slide. Yeah, stop there. So guys, madam, you want to? Okay, fine. So, okay, fine. Madam, okay, sir. Please stay. So we have Dr. Pushpalata madam. Dr. Pushpalata madam is one of the top 10 IP leaders in India. She got good number of awards, and she got IAM 300 award also. Good number of awards to her credit. and she's having Dr. IPS since one intellectual property firm. Almost 30 major companies in Hyderabad, Madam is serving them, and for women startup companies and Vijnan University, Madam is having collaboration with Vijnan University and other universities also for helping these, especially for the startup companies. So the thing is, Madam has giving some kind of booklet today. Actually, why I called Madam today is I just gone through her booklet and it is very useful to you. Maybe she's having limited number of booklets of how to do the search. For doing such, it may cost around 10 to 15,000 rupees, and she's going to give you some booklets to for a one group, because I think so many groups came. So for each group, she may give you one booklet, and by using that booklet, you people can do easily literature search, because 80 to 90% of the literature is available in the patent literature only. So Madam is giving some booklets to you people for each group wise. For each group, please come one person, so that after my session, I think Madam will give that booklet to you people, and you people just follow the guidelines given in the booklet, and you can do easily search. For you, no need to go for any attorney also. For any literature or prior art search, you use that prior art, that book, and it will be very useful. And please come group wise one person, so that after that Madam will give that kind of booklet for you. It is very useful. And thank you, Madam. And just Amma, please, next slide, please. Okay. So I just gone through that one. Again, the same thing I have taken from her, just to showing you again. So similar thing is available in the booklet. So see, one of the most important literature is available for you is PCT, WIPO. It is called as a WIPO. So for you people, when you are starting any project, go and search in the, just next slide please. Type WIPO in the Google, and then next slide please. You will get like that, and then whatever keyword you want, you search there, and then next slide please. And you will get the all kind of references. So in that way, whatever references you have it, you can download them and you can read it. So why I'm telling, very concentrating on prior art search is, most of the companies or most of the startup people not doing the prior art search. They are feeling that did a great invention. They are wasting their money, time, efforts and everything without market research, without prior art search. They're just doing the work going on, and lack of collaboration agreement and lack of ego problems. Due to these reasons only, most of the startup companies are getting failed. Because I have interacting with a lot of the people, when I'm asking them why you people failed when you started your business, most of them tells me the same stories. So for you, when you are starting any project, I recommend you start doing the prior art search by using. So this is called as a PCT. Next slide, please. Google, just type that link, and then you will get Google patents. Again, you can search and you will get the Google patents, and you can download from there. Please, next slide, please. eSpaceNet, I will tell you about something great about eSpaceNet. Almost 80 countries in the world, data is covered in eSpaceNet. When you are starting any project, I recommend you start doing research, searching on eSpaceNet first. Because almost 80 to 90 countries data is there. Just go to eSpaceNet, search with the keyword, then you will get the references. Keyword means, for example, if you want to do research on a ceiling fan, then you can search on a fan with as a keyword. Yeah, so yeah, that's true. For that reason, you have to see what kind of alternative words are there for a simple thing. For example, if I want to search for a anti-cancer drug, let us suppose. So what I will do, I will search with the anti-cancer, I may search with a heterocycle ring because most of the all drugs will having a heterocyclic ring. So I will search with heterocyclic ring, or I search with a class 5 where the class 5 is most of the things chemical related things will come. So again that's the search strategy is there. So before you are searching you have to search for the keywords. What kind of keywords are there is important, and you can use or option, fan or motor or generator, something, whatever maybe the related things are there, you can make it or. For example, anti-cancer, heterocycle, and if I'm interested in a company like Dr. Reddy's, then I will make a search anti-cancer or heterocycle and Dr. Reddy's. So I will get the patents and references of Dr. Reddy's, please.
Actually, to your question, when you want to start a search, you have to prepare a list of hits like keywords, then you have to proceed. All probable possible hits you have to prepare. But as per current discussion, fan is a very broader term, so you will get lakhs of references. So instead of using fan directly, you have to use some specific word on, like about technology on which you are working. Okay? Yeah.
Sometimes it happens nowadays, the patent filing is happening, they're using some kind of buzzwords.
Yes.
So it looks catchy kind of a thing. Like people are using in a different way to make it very unique.
That is actually a strategy of the patentee, because always patentee will try that his invention should not be found by, yeah.
No, we have already filed a lot of patents actually. We always use different kinds of, like, we have one project where it is called 7 hook.
Okay.
7 hook because it is made of 7 screws.
Okay.
So we have made 7 hook. The purpose is for the societal kind of thing, how to avoid the fans itself. So we are using different ways, so it will never be caught that it is coming to ban and everything, right? So how to search it? That is the case, then how?
But in a patent, 7 hook is not the only term which is lying down. There will be other terminologies also. So you have to prepare a very big list of keywords, then you have to begin the search. Yeah.
Keywords, that is the main point.
That means the thing is when you are not able to get a relevant reference from the abstract, I think it is better to search from a specification. That's what Dr. Pushpa is going to telling you. Because what happens, somewhere you will describe about the fan in the description. People generally do only abstract search. There's a two strategies. See, some people want to disclose intentionally. Because if you want to get good name, if you want to become a popular, so I will put my name in one way. If I don't want, nobody want to know that, I will put my title of invention in a different way. For example, we will write some product title as heterocyclic compounds, novel heterocyclic compounds. That's the title of the invention. Nobody can understand that one. But if I want everyone knows that product, I will write that a co-crystal of ciprofloxacin. Because I want to know everybody. So it all depends upon again your strategy. So whether you want to disclose or whether not to disclose. But in generally for a startup companies, I always tell you disclose. Because you people should become a popular. That's very important here. Because one of the strategy of filing the patent is once you get the published, people will come to know who are you. And you will get investors. For us, getting investors is more important. Because what happens at certain stage, your invention requires some investment. So you can't invest that money, right? For example, if you have some drug discovery product, we can do up to preclinical research in our company by spending 10 crores or 20 crores. But after that, we require at least $1 billion. So Indian companies cannot invest. So we require some kind of investor, right? So in such a way, it's all depend upon your strategy. So what I prefer for people like you is have a title which can be easily traceable to the people who are searching your invention. This is what I understood from my experience. Okay, so please. Again, you people can type that Google engine and then, USP2O. Then again, you will get that link. And again, you can do such. Of course, all these things will be available in the booklet what madam gives to you. Next. Next, similar way in Indian Patent Office, you can go to the Indian Patent Office, you will get the link, then you will get a patent search option. You go inside and do the literature search. Great. So what you people can do is, what I suggest to you people is, whatever research projects you people have started, first of all, you discuss with some kind of other startup companies also who are working in your area of research or who are working in your area, so that they can share their success stories and failure stories. See, what I will tell you, people always tells you to read only success stories, but I always tell you to read failure stories also. If you read failure stories, you will come to know how to get the success, right? True? So not only reading success stories, we have to read failure stories also. In the similar way, always try to have a discussion with some startup companies who are working in your similar area. Lot of T-hubs are there in each state, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, all states are having now the technology hubs. You go there and contact the people who are working in your area of research, and definitely will get some kind of benefit. Okay. With this, my session has been completed. Any doubts are there? I am happy to answer your questions. Any doubt? Great. Yeah.
Sir, I have two ideas. One of them is already patented and we have got the MSME fund for it as well. The second one is still in the patent process, but it's of two different domains. One is related to e-mobility and the other one is related to infrastructure. So can I put both of them into one single startup and run it, or should I have to make two different things because of the different domains?
One thing is there, if there is some connectivity between both of them, then you can file a single patent, and later stage you can file a divisional patent for that, based on the development of the project for you. That much you can do. You can file in a single if there is some kind of connectivity. So then you have to file a separate patent. If there is
Also separately again they have to do.
anyone, because these are two different inventions.
But as we have discussed in the previous slide, like we need to have your both products at a time. Right? So why don't we have two different products in the same?
No, see, what is the requirement of a patent? Patent should have a single invention. So for single invention only patent will be granted. So if you have more than one invention in the same patent, they don't grant a patent. Another thing is, if there is some kind of interlink between these two objects, at least we can file one patent and later we can file a divisional. That kind of opportunity is there. But here he is having two different inventions. So you can file two different patents. Of course, patent filing is very not that much cost. It's cost around only 1750 rupees. 1750 rupees is not a big thing for you. Online it is costing around 1600 rupees. So not a big thing, right? And maybe another 20,000-30,000 it may cost attorney cost for you. Okay, fine, but you will have an invention. And I think that much funding you will get from MSMEs or from a government. That's not a big thing for you guys.
Came for the other purpose, that is the workshop on SASF scheme. So I think some of you have registered for this workshop, right? So only those students registered for that workshop, and also having a innovation which already participated in hackathons or ideathons or challenges somewhere, only those students can attend that. Remaining people can continue in this event. Okay, who are they? So only those registered, I think we have around 20 people. Those 20 people with complete innovation idea can just wait outside the hall, then I will take to boardroom. Okay.
A very good afternoon to all the dignitaries, guests, special invitees, MC members, startups, entrepreneurs, and everyone present here. I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all of you. I request Ms. Neetu Singh CA, Aleap, to present a sapling to our special invitee, Sri V. Pramod Kumar Garu, General Manager, SIGBI, Hyderabad. Thank you, ma'am. We are assembled here to celebrate the National Startup Day 2023. We, AIC Aleap Hub, the recognized Atal Incubation Center of AIM Niti Aayog Government of India, MeitY Government of India, Startup India under Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, DPIIT Government of India, and the Ministry of MSME. And we are celebrating this National Startup Day on 11th January 2023. So the theme of today's program is Innovation to Acceleration. Program highlights are Fireside Chat with SISF supported startups, SISF Exhibition Conclave, Showcasing of Success Stories, Special Startup Award, and Sensitization Workshop on Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. Now I request Dr. Zahurullah SMD, Consultant AIC Aleap Hub, to present about Aleap and its activities and take up the Fireside Chat session with SISF supported startups under the theme Innovation to Acceleration. Over to you, sir.
Why we have started Aleap and what is the need for it? So if you look back in 1993, so there is a dire requirement by the most of the women who are lacking several things, like it may be the a special focus, knowledge, or we can say awareness sessions, number one, and number two, funding, and number three, networking. So we have found some gaps, huge gaps during those times, back in 1993 I'm saying. So we have found that a very less percentage of women entrepreneurs are there, and so finding this gap, Aleap have taken its own initiative, and it has started giving women empowerment. So the same was focused in its vision and mission statement. So I will show you the vision and mission statement. So if you look into the vision and mission, so it's all about to empower the woman, any citizen of India, woman of India. So we wanted to achieve the center of excellence. So that's the main vision of Aleap. The main vision and mission is nothing but to empower the woman and make it as a center of excellence. And now today we are sitting here after 29 years. So Aleap has made its impact and created a large outcome and output for the most of the women entrepreneurs. So the same was obtained in, I will show you some stats in the next coming 2 slides. So can go back. So we are a NABET, gold grade authenticated and recognized organization. Basically a section 25, it is registered under section 25 of Companies Act, and so basically a not-for-profit organization, and have been serving the women, and of course there are many verticals that I want to give you a very clear somewhat more insights on this organization. Next. So these are the several verticals where it starts with an idea. So you come with an idea and then you go with a very well established industry and organization, a company. So a complete end-to-end services. So when we speak about the idea to concretize into a particular commercialization stage, a business, so we have a fab cell which is facilitated access for business. So the cell will particularly work only to take your ideas and support your ideas further in the next stages. So we have the Training Institute, a well-recognized Ministry of MSME Institute, CED, Center for Entrepreneurship Development. So we train and we skill the enthusiastic entrepreneurs and then make them to make their dreams to come true. So this is what we have been doing. So now infrastructure, if you talk about infrastructure, Aleap is the only organization that has the industrial parks where we allocate the land to the women entrepreneurs, and the place where you are sitting is the oldest industrial park, Aleap Industrial Park. And so we have ACGA Aleap Credit Guarantee Association. So under this scheme, an association, I can say, where we have a bunch of schemes. So these schemes were facilitated to the entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, without any collateral. So we have Aleap Naipunyam, which is a skill and employability vertical of Aleap, under which we do several programs and train the women in sector specific areas. So industries require some very good trained manpower. So this is one of the entity that will vertical that will fulfill this gap also. So then we have incubation centers. Aleap VHub is the prestigious Atal Incubation Center, moreover an established incubation center. Very few established incubation centers are there, out of which Aleap is the one recognized by the Niti Aayog. We have WITTC, which is another wing, International Trade and Technology Center, through which one can access the international trade market, and it is in association with the SAARC Asian countries. So we have VCART, through which we give you access for e-marketing. Now e-commerce, e-marketing wing is very much required, where most of the product sales happen. So Aleap has this platform as well. And now we have I have told you about the Aleap Naipunyam, and we have several other programs like Strive, and we have PM Yuva and DDU GKY. So these are all some of the programs we run, and we give access to several sector specific areas, and training, employment. So these are all covered over here. Next. So here are some of the stats, like 10,000 members Aleap run through membership, and one can avail the membership opportunity. So we have yearly membership and also life membership for both individuals and the industrialists. So we have 55,000 women livelihoods supported as of now. Most of them are MSMEs as well. So we have created employment, 30,000 wage employment through skill development programs, and nearly we have a wide outreach, 10 plus countries, and so more than 230 collaborations we have achieved. We have done MOUs with industry, with academia, with association bodies, and with different companies, industries as well. So altogether we have raised funds of 400 crores, and so this is some of the the gist of the stats that we have achieved. Next. So FabCell, as I told you, we take your idea and then we counsel, we perform a particular counseling, and then we take up your business plan. The business plan is processed. So then we guide you particularly where to go, how to go, and which way is best for you. So these are all orientation will be given in this FabCell. Next. So help desk to MSMEs. So here we particularly guide you, because MSME schemes are present, and we know Ministry of MSME is one of the largest ministry for micro, small and medium enterprises. So we have a complete desk which will give you a consolidated information, access, and awareness sessions only exclusively for the MSMEs, and so what you can avail and how you can benefit from them. So these are all would be given over here. Next. So we have CED. So we have CED foundation laid by the then former President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam, and the organization is well recognized by Ministry of MSME, and so it has been doing a wonderful job in terms of graduating the startups, training them and graduating them. Enthusiastic startups were being trained, and they would be sent with a authenticated certification from CED itself, and it runs some flagship programs like AC, ABC from the Manage Agriculture Ministry, and several other ministries, Ministry of Food Processing and other ministries, even state government departments and district level. So it has been training the entrepreneurs. On average, some 2,000 entrepreneurs would be trained, and so they will be graduated from here. So further, they will be grasped with other verticals of the organization, Aleap as well. Next. So we have industrial parks. So the industrial parks is the very specific, the initiative of Aleap. We have about 5 industrial parks, and if you ask me where they are located, go to next slide, Pranav. So this is the slide that speaks. So this is the oldest one, Gajul Ramaram, and also another one is in Vijayawada. So we have other one in Nellore and Rajahmundry, Visakhapatnam. So Nandigama in Hyderabad, 82 acres. So these are all the industrial parks where we allocate the land, we select the startups, we select the entrepreneurs, and then we allocate the land. So this job would be undertaken by the Aleap. Next. So as I told you about ACGA, which is Aleap Credit Guarantee Association, one of the vertical of Aleap through which we give you loans. We facilitate you the loans, schemes, banking loans, and so this is whole would be done in without any collateral. So like PMEGP and CGDMSE. So these are all the schemes that would be availed through this program. Next. Yeah, incubation center. So incubation center has about 7 sectors, and so we take innovative startup companies and then we support them through grants, and also we provide infrastructure and a complete access to the prototyping and product development facility. So one can avail this opportunity, and it's an MSME based incubation center, first time in India happened to establish, and so the incubation center has uniqueness, like MSMEs would be supported, manufacturing units and service sectors of all. MSME is broadly classified into manufacturing and service sector of both. So both would be given a complete access through this incubation center. So the main, the uniqueness is it has an infrastructure that support the product development, MVP stage and prototype development as well. Next. So the incubation center has 75 plus startups now, and has been supported by acceleration programs. The acceleration program includes the AM Seed Fund and MAITI Type 2.0, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, and also the MSME. So these are the 4 agencies that will be considered under the acceleration program. Now today, earmarking the celebrations of Startup India's National Startup Day. So Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, Aleap is the first batch, organization. Like Startup India has released the first batch of incubators during 2021, May 2021. So they have released the first 7 incubators in India, out of which Aleap VHub is the first organization to get the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme in South India. So this is what Aleap has been in the forefront and in the first place always. So then, so this today's program is, especially for you people to give you the sensitization, awareness, and also we have beneficiaries over here on the startup companies of SISFS. So this is what next. Yeah, Aleap Naipunyam is another one, as I told you already. So we give you employability and also other skilling and training programs, like Stripe program, we have PM Yuva and DDU-GKY. So these are all the different programs we run, and we train 30,000 women mostly, and it also has men. Next. So we have DDU-GKY project, so under which we provide training to general duty assistants, and also the tourism, hospitality, certain the managers and executives, not managers but executives. So we give training. So we are running this program successfully in Kerala. Next. Yeah, so there are several programs that we run, and many programs are there which Aleap has been doing across the year, and so there will be many beneficiaries that will come up, and we generally scout them and also spin off and find best entrepreneurs and support them with whatever the requirement they are in, and so that is how we support them. Yeah, next. So we have village level entrepreneurs as well. So village level entrepreneurs are the one who are in scarcity of mostly business related, the what I can say is training, or whether you can say hand holding. So we handhold them and we give a good support to the village level entrepreneurs. So these programs, we do as batches, and then we train them, and then we graduate them. Next. Yeah, so these are some of the success stories. You take retail market, you take garments, textiles, in even in the packaging industries and small scale industries, I'm saying. So micro entrepreneurs. So starting from micro entrepreneurs up to the medium scale entrepreneurs. So that's what the range, the support given. Next. So this is another program, ILO and KYCA, and so next. This is fine. So we have Z awareness program also. So this is conducted in support with QCI, Quality Council of India. Next. So PMFME scheme. So this is also we have been widely giving awareness and sensitization programs and training the people, and so even we are connecting to the the micro entrepreneurs and small entrepreneurs. Yeah, next. So we have some social impact projects, which is nothing but generating social entrepreneurs, social startups, and taking the social innovations and creating a social impact. So this is what we have been doing for a long time. Aleap is the first organization to do that, of course, in fact, and so we have cluster development programs, we have design centers, we have marketing linkages. So these are all some of the the key areas what we are doing in especially in social impact projects. Next. So this is one some projects like millet tiffin kiosk. So this is set up by our incubation center and also our startup, and we have one fish project, and so this is also through one startup and by incubation center. So it is located here itself in the premises, and so we rear fishes and then we grow them and we sell them. So we select very specific species of fish, and then we culture, and then we harvest. So this is how the project is being undertaken. So fortified rice unit is also there in Narayanpet. So we have fortified rice enriched with iron and other vitamins, vitamin B and all. So this is another project. Yeah, next. So lemongrass crops. So this is another project which is being undertaken by our incubation center and also with other startup. So supporting the farmers through buyback arrangement. So this project especially here we grow the medicinal plants, herbal plants, and then we extract the oil, essential oils. Next. So WITTC is another wing, as I told you, with the South Asian countries, and in collaboration with them we have done number of programs. We provide any kind of trading support, and the facilitation would be given in terms of the knowledge sessions and also networking, and more important is matchmaking. So we have some entrepreneurs located or working in other countries, South Asian countries. So you being the entrepreneurs from India, so we will look some of your requirements and the requirements of other countries entrepreneurs, then we will do matchmaking programs. So this is another one, and in some sectors we are focusing especially in for women who have come up with their own units at micro scale and at small scale. So for those women who lack the trading, international trade market access, so for that this organization have been set up. So we have been giving facilitation for this. Next. Yeah, so these are all the services that we give. So I have already covered. So even technology transfers, yeah, as I told you, B2B, B2C meetings, so networking and all. Yeah, next. So this is another V for Green Planet. So under which we encourage and we take up some initiatives only for the green based projects, like we are concerned with the SDGs, which is UN SDGs, and also circular economy, and so this can happen only through these green projects. And so whatever the projects in different sectors, like that will have a complete recycle mechanism, or the mechanism which involves a completely the clean tech and environment tech. So those projects, those industries and entrepreneurs would be supported. Next. So these are all the 200 plus partner organizations with Aleap. So only few we have mentioned. So we have international organizations. We have ministries, nearly some 17 plus ministries in India, and we have state governments. We have association bodies. We have R&D institutes, CSIR, ICMR, ICAR institutes. We have business association bodies. We have academias, industries. We have bankers. We have banking, different financial institutions, and so whatnot. Like we have covered entire, the complete landscape. So he's into Aleap now. So being the biggest and largest organization. Yeah, next. So we have achieved many awards at national, international level. So you can see number of awards, bagged by Aleap for the last 29 years at national, international level. Yeah, next. So some of the awards like Asia GCC Award for Excellence, and Gramodaya Bandhu Mitra Puraskar, and Athena Global Leadership Award, and also Genentech Award 2018. So these are all the some of the few awards just to mention. Yeah. So Dare to Dream Award, We Reach Award, and Responsible Indian BMO Award and India NGO Award. Yeah, next. So the future plans. So most of you today are the academics. So there is an good news for you where we want to do academic entrepreneurship in schools and colleges. So this is our next plan, and so we are introducing some AR, VR, augmented reality and virtual reality based skill development programs soon. So these are all two initiatives which we have recently taken up. Livelihood incubation through panchayats, gram panchayats. So LBIs, we call them as LBIs, livelihood business incubators. So setting up these LBIs at rural level, grassroots level and rural level. So village level. So these are all the the different synonyms we take. They have the same meaning, like supporting the grassroots level people. Yeah, next. So this is about the Aleap journey for the last 29 years, and I hope you have understood. So this is one fireside chat session with Startup India Seed Fund Scheme beneficiaries. First, I would like to call Mr. Sri Ramesh from EduForce, Santoshi from Autocracy Missionaries Private Limited. So from Pay Aid Alkaji, I will start with Santoshi, so who has been the IITian and achieved her startup at international level. She got into Stanford Seed Spark and also Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women and AM $1 million demo day. So she cracked through her startup Autocracy Missionary Private Limited. So now Santoshi, so can you share some of your the pain points or some of the in your journey you might have found some kind of course difficulties, or you can say like the challenges moreover. So here we have some the student startups and also some enthusiastic entrepreneurs, so they want to listen from you.
I think that's a lot of accolades that he read there, but I think a lot of it, I would give the credit of it to my team. They're even at this point when I'm sitting here, they're working. Last night we left the factory at 6 in the morning. I should not say last night. We left early morning 6, and my team was back again after 3 hours of sleep. They're back at 9 in the morning. So that entire credibility goes to my team. That's the first thing I would say. And as far as the journey, I think my journey started, I think I have a lot of college students here. My journey started when I was in college. The first problem that I identified was during my college journey. So I was from IIT, so I had to travel all the way from Hyderabad to Banaras. And food was a problem. Again, I come from a family where I had to travel by trains. So food, 45 hours, 48 hours of train journey. And that was my first problem. And again, like all the college students that are here, if you see any problem, that could be your $1 million idea. I think anything, again, Swiggy is not out of the box idea. Zomato is not an out of the box idea. It's something like when there is a lot of unorganized market that is there everywhere. And if you can organize that, then that's $1 million startup. That's $1 million startup, that's $1 billion startup. If you see a lot of startups which have started is like identifying the problem and then sticking on to solving the problem in the best way possible. So my journey started, I think in 2011, I should say, when I was still in my college. And then it took me 2 years to clear everything financially, get more stable so that I could spend some money. And then my first venture, and there were a lot of ups and downs. I think this is my third one. The first one was a food delivery in trains. It was a successful exit for us. And the second one is a fintech that's based out of London. That's a fintech startup. It's currently operationally positive and running good. And third one, what I'm here, I think Aleap has by leaps and bounds pushed me to, I didn't know that I had so much metal. So what we do in Autocracy is a heavy machinery industry. So you will not find a lot of women in this particular one. I think that has been my biggest challenge, I should say. When I go and I speak in a particular meeting, it's a very male-dominated industry. I think last month, in the month of December, we've been traveling around in India, to just see, okay, to meet who my competitors are, if there are any, how the market is. It is sad to say that in the industrial areas that I've roamed about, especially in Rajasthan and those parts of the city, I couldn't find a single woman in the manufacturing industrial area itself. Not even in the name of reception, not even in the name of housekeeping, not even in the name of anything. I think then I realized, okay, that is something and somebody has to do. Like I keep telling, I think a lot of people who would have heard me can say that I repeat it again and again. India boomed in agriculture because 50% of the population is participating in that. 50% of the women in rural and every sector are participating in it. Then we went through 4 industrial revolutions, 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. We're still not there in the name of manufacturing. China still beats us and by leaps and bounds, then followed by Japan and then now India in the 3rd position. And yes, after that in the 90s when we were supposed to go through a full industrial revolution, we went through software revolution, I should say, service. In 90s we picked up and the software boom happened, and even that industry actually prospered because 50% of the population participated. You will see 50% of the engineers are IT, 50% of the engineers are females in CAs or everywhere. But this industry, if it has to change from where I come, I and my founder, Mr. Lakshman, we very particularly hire. I think recently I hired some engineers and I said, out of 4, hire at least 1 or 2. Make sure that 50% is there. It's like a mandatory condition when we hire. We will learn, our people will learn. It's not like women can't do, but that's my experience. And that's as a female my experience in the industry that I come. And generically, whether it's a male or a female, I think there are a lot of moments where you just want to give up. Trust me, I think my partner and I, like every Saturday or a Sunday when we have to get up and go to work on a Sunday morning, I like, why am I doing this? And I think you should always have a very strong answer to yourself saying, why are you doing this? And make sure that is like etched in your brain in stone, saying that why are you doing this? Because that answer is very important for you. There will be lot of ups, there will be lot of downs. There will be moments when your family will not understand you. There will be moments when your friends are like, you have no time for us. Your family is like, you have no time for us. And as entrepreneurs, I'll tell you a lot of time, your team also struggles with you. I have to speak the bare truth of it. Your team is like, you're pushing them hard. You're like I told you my today's example. I told them, you have to work, this machine has to be delivered. For them, it's like, ma'am, why is ma'am pushing? But for me, it's the reputation of the company. They will see the fruit growing maybe 5 years down the line when we become a $1 million, $1 billion company. But then this journey, you will have to push them by force. A lot of times they will do it voluntarily, but that last 1%, 2% of the journey, you will have to push through. And I think that defines a normal startup to a successful startup. A lot of successful startups that are out there, they go that extra mile. And I personally believe, we keep discussing, you will find a lot of 60% students in college. You will find some 70% students in college, you will find few 80%, then you will find 90%, you will find very few 95, 98, 99 and 100 percentile whenever you see how the marking is done in your colleges. You will see a lot of few people have that 10 GPA, 9.8 CGPA, 9.7. They are the few ones that go that extra mile, and I think that's exactly how the startup journey is. If you want to be that startup, then you have to go through that, you have to go that extra mile. Otherwise, it's not going to be successful. That's my experience.
That's great. Good to hear about your journey and also some of your best experiences you have shared just now. So we had that, like, you started your journey within food startup and then coming into fintech, and now you are completely into heavy machineries and where you are making precision based machinery. We have now another fintech company and Pay8 Alkaji, where she is supporting the SMBs, and so she has made her platform, one of the platform, as a single integrated or one-stop solution, we can say. So let us hear from her about her journey and also what challenges she has undertaken as of now.
How Santoshi says, in fintech, there are very few women founders. Most of the businesses today across the country, and this is really sad to say, but most of the businesses across the country do not understand when it's a woman in finance. they find it difficult. Maybe it's a trust issue, maybe it is their own understanding issue. I'm not sure what it is, but I have seen this. And before this journey, I was working with one of India's largest private sector banks. I had merchants in Hyderabad who refused to talk to me because woman, banker, not dressed in the traditional, conventional apparel of saris or salwars. So trousers, they will, or salwar, in fact, even salwars for that matter, they were like, okay, we don't want to talk to this lady. And what they didn't understand is that I understood Telugu. So I could understand every word of what they were saying, and I just smiled through it all. It is a challenging thing to be a woman entrepreneur in fintech. One of the other challenges that I have faced after we started our company was that a lot of people who I felt that we could count on, right, to come and join us, found, they found different excuses. Wow, there were a variety of excuses as to why they can't join me. There was only one person who had the guts and the gumption or the gall to tell me on my face that, ma'am, I don't know how long your startup's going to survive. Are you going to close your startup and are you going to come back to HDFC Bank to work with me again? And I said, no, not happening. I will make sure that this survives. I will make sure that I'm successful. 2.5 years later, we are looking at being a positive company by the end of this financial year. And I think that is one single large achievement for the company. Like Santoshi, I also believe we are what our team is. At Paid, we do not believe that there are guys who are employees. We believe that it's all one family. So I'm not sure how many startups show up to office at 9:30 in the morning every day. How many of them have a con call every morning to figure out what the plan for the day is? How many of them have a strict routine of a reporting in the evening? I think those are the extra miles or the extra steps that anybody needs to take, and I completely agree with you on that.
That's great to hear from you. And so the takeaway is nothing but you should always go behind your team, and you should have a good team in hand. And your planner, everyday planner, which also makes a perfect success of a startup. So now you have heard from a fintech just now, and let us hear from a deep tech, moreover a complete a defense sector. I can say we have Colonel Sri Ramesh, who has been an innovator into radar systems, and he is also the beneficiary of SSFS. So let us hear from him about his journey and also the challenges, what he speaks. Yes, sir.
After completing my 22 years in the army, I joined two big companies as CEO of the defense vertical. I understood as to what the corporate works, how it works, because the transition from defense to corporate itself was a different lesson. So I learned those lessons there. And then COVID came. During the COVID time, me and my partner Colonel Honey, we both are course mates. So we were discussing, and we said as to why we shouldn't get into the defense sector, because today the defense sector is mostly into imports, while there is no indigenous technology which is available, and we are still dependent on foreign people. So why shouldn't we look into this particular sector? We are part of that particular family, so we understand this subject very well. Even before we started this company, we took 8 months to do our own discussions, to make a business plan. Gentlemen and ladies, I would say we made 15 business plans, 15 versions of business plan, before we came to the final one. Yes, this is what is the future. This is what where the business is. At the same time, the objective which we thought of is available in this particular sector. And also we would have spoken to 300 different people in the industry, whether it's from the defense, whether it is from the oil and gas industries, very knowledgeable people, taking their perspectives, putting that into part of the business plan. And we subsequently, we believed in our business plan. But before believing on the business plan, there was a huge amount of research and work which went behind it. So young entrepreneurs, I would just say, you should believe on your thought process, but however, it should be backed by a thorough research, because the more time you give on to the research and making your business plan, that will take you further and for a longer period when you go into the business side. That was the first lesson which we learned. The second thing which was more this thing to us was, we are into a domain which is artificial intelligence and machine learning. That is why deep tech, which is very futuristic in nature. And what we make is, we make autonomous platforms for the defense forces. Today, autonomous platforms have started coming into the lives of the people, and we are expecting in next 5 to 6 years that is going to revolutionize the whole thing. And today there are very few firms or this thing, even whether it is defense or in the civil domain, who are into autonomous platforms. Probably me and Santoshi ma'am will be talking subsequently whether I can make her heavy machineries autonomous also, because that is something, when I was hearing her, I understood that. Third thing is, the team, lot of the points which was echoed by Santoshi ma'am and Alka ma'am, I totally agree with. Okay, that there were 2-3 very nice points which were told by her. That extra mile, we don't get holidays. We actually put in our midnight oil. We work till night. Sometimes I work till night 3 o'clock also when there is a requirement. This hard work there is no substitute to this hard work. If you are thinking that the moment I become an entrepreneur and I have a chair and a cabin, and then money is going to flow, it is not going to flow. It is very difficult even taking even one single penny from a customer. And that too, in the early stages of startup, getting the first order itself will be so this thing, you will come to a stage where you will feel whether we should just quit and go and join some company. Why am I doing this? Similarly, what this thing was told by Santoshi ji. So it is really hard work, but patience, perseverance, and belief and hard work will take you through. And here there are 2 examples here. I mean, very junior as compared to the entrepreneur journey what they have gone through. But however, I totally understand their points, and the point is very good. So, okay, we heard the perspective from the other gender. So from my perspective is, even getting the first order, even getting a customer to speak also is very difficult. Probably they are one shade upper, that because of the gender people are not talking. There are many people who don't talk to me also. They switch off the phone also. So you have to be behind them. I have no egos. Speaking to the vendor, he says, sir, call me after 4 o'clock. Sir, call me tomorrow. Sir, I am going on leave. Call me after 4 days. I will keep calling him till the time he says, sir, aa jao, sir, aage baat kar lete hain. So that is the kind of perseverance it is required. I try to make my company environment stress-free, in the sense that we do work also. We have put in Scrum and Agile framework into our company, part and parcel of the process. This thing, we try to see that everybody gets their time. But there are times when we have worked night also. When the customer, there is a requirement by the customer, if you have to burn your midnight, you have to burn a midnight oil. There is no substitute to that. You cannot just say, having a government company like at 5 o'clock will come, evening 5 o'clock I'll leave. It is not possible at all. So during this journey, okay, you have a startup, you had a beautiful idea, you have the will, everybody wants to go the thing, but then there is a lot of support also required. Support is whether it is mentors, because you have an idea, while going forward you will see a lot of changes will happen in the business. You need somebody who has to tell you also that, see, you are going wrong, or you have to come to this particular thing. finance is another very big, crunch this thing. Me and my partner had put almost 80 lakh rupees of us before we got our first round of funding. The first round of funding came to us only because when the chap asked, okay, you have put 80 lakhs, then I am ready to put. So if without putting a rupee of yours, and since I am from the army, we also get very less money once we come out. So I had put all my money into the company because we believed on the concept of the company and the longevity of the company. So that is one this. Through the SISF fund, we got in touch with Aleap, and we got our first tranche of 15 lakh rupees, 15 lakh rupees, and we started with making our platform. In the meantime only, we also participated in the MEITI grant, and we got a 35 lakh rupees grant also from there. Again, thanks to Aleap, because it was there, this thing, they were putting us in the front. It is all the accolades are mine, but however, the person who is actually running the whole show behind is Aleap. The silent partner who doesn't come in the front makes you come in the front and show it to the world that this is what the capability of these startups are. We are also very happy we have been selected as one of the top 16 startups for the 1 million demo day also. And we have been a finalist now with the government mining challenge which has come up. In that also we have now come as a finalist. So now we are waiting for the results to come in. So at the end of the day, if I had to summarize, believe in yourself, believe in your concept, do your research, be at it, do your hard work, and have good partners with you like Aleap, other mentors and such things. And with that particular combination, I am 100% sure that any of the companies, any of the startup will always be a success. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
So that's wonderful to hear from you, sir. So few of the words like the hard work, perseverance, and patience. So that's very much required for an entrepreneur. And the journey speaks that how hard it's for an entrepreneur. And of course, three of them in the same platform and have been hit by most of such kind of conditions, we can say. So you are hearing to the two manufacturing sector startups. So Autocracy and EduForce are the manufacturing based, the startup companies, and we have service based fintech company as well. So this is about the first exposure to the to all the participants today about these startup companies. So I thank you for joining today. So we have a very short time, so otherwise I might have made another round. We are very happy to interact with you like this, and we hope these kind of sessions we may conduct near future and to know about more about you people.
Hi, I'm lazy. I'm damn lazy. I'm a procrastinator. I'm everything that you said. I was. I would not say I am. I would say I was. It's like I said you, right? After this entrepreneurial journey, I've realized that when you have a team and you know that you are the one that is leading the pack. I think on my way I've read a very interesting statement which said that, I think in one of the defense areas itself, we just read it saying that a herd of sheep led by a lion is more dangerous than a herd of lion that is led by a sheep. So when you know your entire team is looking up to you, I think that is good enough for driving force to not be lazy, to not be a procrastinator, and to not be anything that you say. You will not have all. My team thinks I'm perfect. The truth is I'm not. Ask my mom, she'll be like, okay, on Sunday, I would not want to if I had the luxury. But the truth is you'll never have the luxury because you know your team is looking up to you. And another thing is, when you don't want to take no for an answer. Like my team, I say, मुझे ना समझ नहीं आता है. Figure it out. मुझे ना समझ में ही नहीं आता है. I can't take no for an answer. When you have that attitude, everything will go away. So if you start saying no, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. No, I'll do it maybe 1 month later. No, this is not happening. No, that is not happening. When you start taking no for an answer, every quality comes in. All that attributes that you described will come in. don't take no for an answer, everything will change.
So I will answer your question in a bit different way. So first of all, you already have known your weakness first of all. So this is what it is. So what stops you from overcoming this weakness? Stop reading all self-help books. I never read one in my life. Okay? Because if suppose this self-help books really helps, why is that chap not on the same pedestal? Okay. And the second thing is, you know the problem with you. So you only have to this thing. Any kind of advice by anybody, it is not going to do anything. You have to figure it out. You have to keep it in mind, yes, this is what my weakness is. I will overcome it. When, how, you decide. If you do that, you will overcome that and you will go a long way. If you are going to keep looking up to others for answers, none of the answer is going to suit you, because my answer will be good for me. It won't be good for others. So it's you. It's here. It's here. If there is interest, you would go and see your girlfriend also in the morning, early morning, 6 o'clock. It is only because of interest now. So if that is the case, then here also if that interest is there, you will overcome this. So it's all about you and your interest.
Okay, while I don't subscribe to the idea of reading self-help books myself, just like you, there are a couple of things that I have found really help me in my bid to get out of procrastination mode and get into action mode. One basic thing is maintaining a diary of all the shit you're supposed to do. Write it all down. And it gives you immense pleasure when you're taking off each item after it's done. Trust me, that might help.
So that's, I hope you have got your answer, right? Fine. So thank you very much to all of you, and so thanks for joining me today. And so I just appreciate all of you with some so we have another SSFS beneficiary, Anuha Foods LLP. We have Mr. Anubhav. So we have other beneficiaries of SSFS, but the founders are not available. So I request Anubhav to just speak about his journey and also what are the challenges he has faced. So just spontaneously.
So we basically deal into two categories. One is dehydrated spices, the other one is cold pressed spices. See, spices is a very challenging industry. There are already big players like MDH, MTR, they are already doing so big, where a startup like me will be able to enter it. So what we figured out when we started it, jeera, dhania, haldi, these were all very commonly available, and people can make it at home. But during COVID, people have started using, all the restaurant recipes at home, which requires your exotic spices. That is the segment we figured it out. So we started with just 2-3 products, that is onion powder, garlic powder, ginger powder, and these are all done in my home in an oven and all. After that, we entered into, big scale. So before starting it, we did it all at home, and we just wanted to enter whether it will be useful for us. We started selling only on Amazon, no shop, nothing. Fortunately, it helped us a lot that today we are the best seller in this category across India. Apart from that, thank you. Apart from that, we have entered into US market. We are US FDA certified. And after that, we started cold press processing facility also, which we'll be launching in another 1 month's time. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Anubhav, and it's good to hear from your journey and being the successful startup. So now we will move into the main session, and
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful presentation, and thank you, startups, for sharing your successful journey with all the participants here. Now I take the pleasure for inviting all the dignitaries to come on to the dais. I request Srimati B. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, MC member Aleap, President Aleap, to come on to the dais. I request Srimati Y. Tripuramba, Vice President, CED Aleap, to come on to the dais. I request Srimati K. Ramadevi, President Aleap, Chairperson and CEO AIC Aleap Vihab, to come on to the dais. Now I take the privilege to invite our special invitee of today's event, Sri V. Pramod Kumar Garu, General Manager, SIDBI Hyderabad, to come on to the dais. Request Dr. Jyoti R. Pidkidi, MC Member Aleap and Vice Chairperson VITTC Aleap, to present welcome address.
The dignitaries on the dais, the invitees, startups and our members. It's my privilege to welcome our distinguished guest, Sri V. Pramod Kumar Garu, General Manager SIDBI, Hyderabad. Welcome you, sir. And on behalf of Ministry of Commerce and DPIIT, we are fortunate to be part of this Startup India celebrations. The idea of organizing today's event is to bring awareness and avail the Startup India schemes and to encourage entrepreneurship. The Association of Lady Entrepreneurs of India, as you all aware, it's an ISO certified organization registered under Companies Act 1956, a non-profit organization, acts as a facilitator and helps women in acquiring entrepreneurial skills, guiding to become economically independent and assisting them in all walks of life in their entrepreneurial endeavors. We have been sanctioned with the Marketing Hub and Exhibition Center for our new initiative, Women Entrepreneurs International Trade and Technology Center, an undertaking of Aleap supported by the Ministry of MSME, Government of India. Aleap has the incubation facility in several sectors, and we are collaborating with Ministry of Electronics, Ministry of MSME. Aleap has also been empaneled with Quality Control of India for organizing industry awareness programs under MSME Sustainable Certification Scheme, Z scheme, along with the DC Handicrafts, the Ministry of Textiles and Government of India. And we are fortunate to be part of Atal Incubation Center, Aleap Vihab. It is a multi-sector incubation center supported by Atal Innovation Mission, AIM, Niti Aayog, Government of India, MEETI, Government of India, Startup India, Government of India, and the MSME Champion Scheme of the Ministry of MSME, Goal for Promotion of Innovative Tech and DPIIT registered startups and MSMEs. At present, we have 75 innovative startups incubated at our incubation center, and we have startups pan-India, and ours is a prestigious organization chosen for SISF scheme. The Startup India initiative of Government of India is aiming to build a strong startup ecosystem in the country for nurturing innovation and providing opportunities to budding entrepreneurs. The Startup India has initiated several programs with the objective of supporting entrepreneurs, building a strong startup ecosystem, and transforming India into a country of job creators instead of job seekers. These programs are managed by a dedicated Startup India team, which reports to the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, DPIIT. Aleap Vihab is a part of Atal Incubation Mission to help nurture these startups. An action plan with 19 action points for the Startup India initiative was designed and started by the Honorable Prime Minister. This action plan laid down a roadmap for the creation of a conducive ecosystem for Startup India. Subsequently, many activities have been undertaken to encourage startups. Startup India Seed Fund Scheme is one such scheme that provides financial assistance to early stage startups. We have helps the startups with an interesting idea and are working on it to bring it to action. We handhold them till the startup has successfully achieved the product market fit. We also guide the startups to expand and raise the capital. Seed fund offered to such promising cases can have a multiplier effect and validation of business ideas, leading to employment generation. Many innovative business ideas fail to take off due to the absence of this critical capital required at an early stage for proof of concept, prototype development, product trials, market entry, and commercialization. Funding from angel investors and venture capital firms becomes available to startups only after the proof of concept has been provided. Similarly, banks provide loans only to asset-backed applicants. Easy availability of capital is essential for entrepreneurs at the early stage of growth of an enterprise. Aleap WeHub helps to enable these startups to graduate to a level where they'll be able to raise investments. The broad scope of Startup India program is simplification and handholding, funding and incentives, incubation and industry academia partnerships. Aleap WeHub helps to implement the objectives of the scheme, and I, on behalf of Aleap WeHub, congratulate all the startups who are eligible to receive this grant, and all the best for your entrepreneurial journey. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Srimati K. Ramadevi, ma'am, President Aleap and Chairperson and CEO of AIC Aleap WeHub, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Shravani, and good evening, and my hearty welcome to Sir. I think it's the first time he's visiting Aleap. Welcome you, Sir, and also welcome to all the startups and also managing committee members and Dr. Jahur. We miss VC. He's supposed to be here. This is a national program, but I don't. Somehow I came all the way from Kerala to be here. There are negative things and we have to look at it in a positive way. Most important today, the chief guest is GM Sidby. All of you know that he's going to be very important for startups. You know, 7,600 crores are allocated for startups from Sidby Startup Fund. So, sir, fund of funds scheme, we know about it. We are hoping that you are going to support many of our startups who need investment. So we are trying to help them in a small way, giving them 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs. But a lot of investment can come from Sidby towards these startups. That's the reason we invited him today. So, so with this backdrop, I welcome you, sir, and we want you to be one of our partners in progress, because many startups are really, we have really achieved, you know. Government of India recognized us, as my colleague Jyoti explained. All the ministries are collaborating with us. Even Ministry of MSME under champion scheme. Recently, Mr. Buchku, I don't remember his name, but his product is Buchku Subramanyam. He deposited and he is getting a 15 lakhs grant. So that's how I can give a number of examples. Sir is here. He got a scale-up grant from meeting. 40 lakhs. 36 lakhs. Sir is not recognizing. You got scale-up grant.
Yes, ma'am.
That you should tell them how, you know, about 40 lakhs grant they got.
I told them.
40 lakhs. It's not a small amount. The other person, Neo Inventronics, Sirisha also got 40 lakhs. She also got from Aleap WeHub. We are all very happy because at Pan India level, you know, we are getting recognition, and many of our startups are getting grants, and also support. It's not that you belong to Aleap. I mean, we feel privileged to have such startups with us. That's a great opportunity even for our incubation. You can scale up in such a way, the main objective of this startup is not just giving you grant or something. Under Startup India scheme, there are so many things which you need to take advantage. When we set up our industries, there's a lot of issues, like it is not a single window system. But once you are recognized as startup, you have incentives, you have tax relaxation, you have a venture capitalist queuing for your product. There are other, you can even get into exports. The idea of Honorable Prime Minister is to enhance our global image through startups. And they are doing what not. Every scheme is encouraging startups today. It's like a startup fever. So take college students, they are just trying to see your watch and getting out of this hall, but I want you to get into the hall and be there as a startup and try your avenues. Don't look for jobs, you'll have to look for becoming a successful entrepreneur. This is what our country requires. This is the message I wanted to give. See, there are many success stories like Santoshi, like there are even EduTech, Jitendriya. She converted plastic into biodegradable. Today, I think Mr. Venkat has given, I have sent one video where plastic shoes are converted into some kind of product. All these shoes which are worn by us, and they are converted into some usable product. So this is recycle, reuse, environment, climate, all these are your opportunities. Take it. And India holds a great opportunity in that context. So with the government schemes, as Jyoti explained to you, we are supporting under MITI, we are supporting under MSME, we are supporting under AIM, we are supporting under SSF. Very soon, I'm going to announce we are supporting under HDFC also. We got shortlisted for HDFC. So these are avenues where if you are looking at funding is not the only thing, you have to sustain your project. So we handhold, we help you, we make you a successful entrepreneur. In your journey, we are there, partnering with your product, partnering with wherever you feel. We have people like Mr. Ramanan advising you. We have online contact with him. Every time, whenever you have any difficulty, he is advising our startups. There are a lot of mentors. Even Jahur has joined us now, Dr. Jahur also. He is going to mentor, help you in scaling up your business. Let us make a few unicorns whom, I just happened to see under Startup India, Gujarat is number one, but I want Telangana to be number one. So let us all think of it and make it big. All the best, and I thank Sir for his patience in waiting for this program, and I wish you all good luck and wish you a happy new year. Very, 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 successful year. We'll follow up. Maybe there will be a lot of announcements which will all be part of it, and Aleap Hub strives to make all of you very successful entrepreneurs. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We are all happy that you have joined for us in National Startup Day celebrations, ma'am. So now I request the team to play the Startup India journey video.
देश के दूर दराज तक पहुंचे, इसके लिए 16 जनवरी को नेशनल स्टार्टअप डे के रूप में मनाने का फैसला भी किया गया।
A resilient nation is only built when billions of dreams across every corner of the nation are nurtured. When every idea and aspiration gets wings to fly. When everyone plays a role in building one of the most promising economies of the world. Startup India was founded 7 years back in 2016 by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and propelling towards becoming one of the largest innovation ecosystem in the world. Today, India is one of the fastest growing startup ecosystems in the world. We are adding highest number of startups every day in the world. From 8 unicorns in 2016 to 108 unicorns today, we have emerged as the world's third largest unicorn nation. All of this has been possible through the impact of over 54 regulatory reforms that Startup India has brought about since 2016 to increase the ease of doing business, ease of raising investments, and reduce compliance burden.
When government takes the responsibility of something, it takes proper care that it reaches every nook and corner of the country. So Startup India has been playing and will be playing a major role in the growth story of our country. And very soon, India will not only be seen as the largest consumer market, but also as the largest producer market of the world.
From 4 state policies in 2016, today we have 31 states and UTs with dedicated startup policies, spreading the reach of entrepreneurship to 663 districts.
I believe it's a great success for Startup India mission, and we have seen like people coming from different background and financial situation. All these schemes made the dream get closer to the reality, and it's been a great journey with Startup India.
We have grown immensely from 446 to 87,000 plus DPIIT recognized startups across 56 industries, employing over 8.48 lakh people.
Last 7 years have seen an exponential growth in the number of startups and in the different kind of startups that are coming out in India. This is all possible due to the last 7 years journey of Startup India thinking about policies in a wholesome manner.
Various initiatives by Startup India have enabled this momentous growth, including National Startup Awards, State's Startup Ranking Framework, Seed Fund Scheme, and the Government E-Marketplace or GEM.
Startup India has actually created a very good systems and processes for adoption of such technologies into government ecosystem. That's really helped us tremendously. And the platforms like GEM, the government e-marketplace, they have specific areas where startups can sell their product to government ecosystems.
This incredible journey spanning over 7 years has transformed India through its zeal for entrepreneurship and innovation. This is only the beginning of our journey to a more innovative and inclusive idea. A nation of not just job seekers, but also job creators. Start innovations, start dreams, start aspirations, start hope, start opportunities, start possibilities, start the future. Startup India.
That's a great journey. And any startup who wanted to avail the opportunities of Startup India can meet Mr. Suresh, Incubation Manager of AIC Aleap Hub in detail. So next is to announce the Best Startup Award 2022. Sir, as already our madams has informed about this Atal Incubation Center, AIC Aleap Hub. It's an Aleap's manufacturing multi-sector business incubator exclusively for innovative startups, which is being supported by Atal Innovation Mission of Niti Aayog Government of India. This provides services like co-working spaces, lab infrastructure and machinery support, mentorship, market connect, seed funding, networking, and facilitation to banks and VC funding. The focus areas are food processing, biotechnology, biodegradable technologies, electronics, engineering, 3D printing, and IT and ITEs. We are also recognized by MeitY, Government of India, Startup India, DPIIT, Government of India, and Ministry of MSME. We have at present 75 startups incubated at our incubation center and have 50 pre-incubation startups. Out of the startups promoted by AIC Aleap Hub, taking into consideration of innovation, urgent potential to scale up, investment support, employment, addressing the social needs, etc. We have selected few startups nominated for Best Startup Award 2022. And I request our chief guest to announce the Best Startup Award 2022.
Yeah, so the Best Startup Award 2022 goes to Ms. Santoshi Sushma Buddhiraju, founder of Autocracy Machinery Private Limited.
Hearty congratulations to Ms. Santoshi Buddhiraju, co-founder and CEO of Autocracy Machinery Private Limited, for achieving the award. Just to read out her achievements, she has been supported by Startup India with rupees 20 lakhs as debt funding and selected for Stanford Seed Spark. She is also selected for Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women program, and she is shortlisted for AIM's $1 million demo day. Congratulations. Now it's time to disburse the second tranche amount to the SISFS eligible startups. SISFS aims to provide financial assistance to startups for proof of concept, prototype development, product trials, market entry and commercialization. The size of the fund is up to 20 lakhs. We proudly say that it was very remarkable for AIC Aleap Hub to showcase the 13 startups from Pan India supported under this scheme in the year 2022. Now we are disbursing the second tranche to few startups who have achieved their milestones. I humbly request our chief guest, sir, to disburse the e-mandate form to Green Tattva Agritech LLP. I request the representative from the Green Tattva to receive the e-mandate form of rupees INR 5 lakhs. Receive the award on behalf of Green Tattva. I humbly request, sir, to disburse the e-mandate form to the next startup, H4 Solutions Private Limited. I request the co-founder, Colonel Padmapriya Sri Ramesh Garu, to come on to the dais and receive the e-mandate form of INR 5 lakhs. Now it's my privilege to introduce about Sri Pramod Kumar Garu, General Manager, SIDBI, Hyderabad. A BTech Computer Technology graduate having more than 25 years of experience with SIDBI in development, banking and finance in various departments at branches like Ahmedabad, Bhopal and Jaipur as zonal and head office level. He has worked at various levels handling credit operations, information technology and policy functions at SIDBI. I request you, sir, to deliver your valuable address to the participants of today's program.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, and off the dais, existing entrepreneurs and probably some future entrepreneurs are also there, students from colleges, etc. So I first of all I'd like to thank Aleap for providing me this opportunity of probably I think I came to Hyderabad last year in the month of August. So due to one reason or the other I have not been able to join a couple of your programs. Being out of station or on leave probably, so but better late than never. So it has given me immense pleasure in coming to the program and watching the presentation of the activities which Aleap has been undertaking since 1993. So I think Aleap is doing a wonderful work, and we can have a round of applause for the work which Aleap has been doing. And it was also very nice to hear the inspiring stories, journeys of various startups, entrepreneurs, Santoshi Madam, Alka Madam and Sri Ramesh Sir. They are all from the various different sectors and they have reached a certain level. And my best wishes to these startups and also all the other entrepreneurs who are here, that they would reach a certain scale in their operations and would make our country proud. At SIDBI, I'd like to give a brief background about SIDBI's association with the startup ecosystem. So, yeah, so in the year 1999, SIDBI first set up a subsidiary, SIDBI Venture Capital Limited, which started with a 100 crore fund which was focused on IT. So at that time in 99, startups and this such kind of funding was probably unheard of in our country. So that was the time, and from the first fund itself in 99, one of the first investments was in BuildDesk, which was in 99, and then initially that business model could not probably work that well. Then in the year 2004, Sidbi Venture did a second round of funding, and after that they again changed their business model, and then they grew to a level, and then I think about say 15 years or so, Sidbi Venture made a very successful exit out of that initial investment. So that such investments have been made from various funds of Sidbi Venture Capital. Sidbi Venture Capital did around, right now they are managing 3 funds, and it is based out of Mumbai. So it is basically, madam, whatever investments we are doing from seed funding, so it is a initial stage. Venture capital comes at a slightly later stage in the journey. So that again is a subsidiary. 3 funds. One of the funds has been very recently launched. It is Atmanirbhar Startup India Fund. So it is being managed by Sidbi Venture Capital. After this Sidbi Venture Capital, Sidbi then lot of regional venture capital funds came up. Notable being from Rajasthan, Gujarat, as you have told, it was a very successful one. Telangana also one fund was launched, Hive Fund, but somehow the investments did not do that well. So Sidbi has been, through its fund of funds operations, has been regularly contributing into the various state level VC funds, which have been set up by various state governments across the country. Karnataka also has one. The Sidbi was one of the anchor investors through its fund of funds in these state level VC funds, which were promoted by the state governments with contribution from state level institutions which are into the industrial development. Like in Andhra Pradesh, APIDC and APIIC were the contributors apart from Sidbi. Right. So right now what fund of fund operations is doing, it is investing into the AIF, SEBI registered AIFs. So in case there is any SEBI registered AIF, so subsequently from the state sponsored VC funds, we move to private VC funds also. For that, as madam has already indicated, there was a fund of fund for startups, FFS, with a corpus of 10,000 crore. 10,000 crore was the initial corpus. Right. So in that I have some figures. Cumulative sanctions of 7,200 crore and disbursements of 2,500 crore have been made to 86 alternate investment funds till March 22 from that fund of fund operations. Then subsequently one Aspire fund has also been launched by Ministry of MSME, which is a 310 crore fund. It is also being managed by Sidbi through its fund of fund operations. So and this FFS is contributing into various VC funds which are focused on MSMEs, on startups, and most of them are MSMEs. I think almost all startups would be MSMEs to begin with. So Sidbi being a institution specifically and only for MSMEs, so that is one of our requirements, that our funds are going primarily to MSMEs. So startup ecosystem has been Sidbi, we have been associated with this since 1999, and now also we are actively involved with this ecosystem and working very closely with DPIIT to make this initiative a success. So I think the kind of work which Aleap is doing and the various government agencies are also doing. I am seeing that METI is also giving grants, and a lot of other ministries. There is a Department of Science and Technology Development Board. So there are lot of schemes available with the various government departments, but due to lack of awareness also, a lot of those schemes our entrepreneurs are normally they are not aware and they are not able to take advantage of various schemes. But I am sure that organizations like Aleap would go a long way in creating that kind of support system and that kind of environment where all our eligible entrepreneurs are getting that support. I once again thank Aleap for providing me this opportunity of coming to this. I have taken a round of various facilities, and I think, yeah. So there is a sewing and embroidery section, then the printing machine. So I have seen the facilities.
Actually, from potato chips to microchips.
So thanks, madam. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. And in case there are any questions, I would be happy to take those questions.
Santoshi, you have a question? No, actually, I'm glad that he's given me start, so I have a list of questions for tomorrow night.
You can, please let me know. You would be. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
I'll reach out to you soon, I think.
Sure. No, I saw. This is really, and I think the way you had indicated about your journey as a woman entrepreneur, so one could very well relate to that. When I did my engineering, I think you have very correctly indicated more than 50% were girls in my this one. But in the mechanical branch, there was only one girl in the batch of 70. Achha. So I think that is the case in most of the engineering colleges.
Sir, you have seen only part of the facilities. Building, there are other things.
Yeah, we will certainly have a look. Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you.
I would like to mention here, we give reservation to men, 25%.
I was wondering actually, because it is a association for lady entrepreneurs, but Yes, there should be no discrimination, madam. Absolutely wonderful, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for providing your valuable inputs on support system of SIDBI and other schemes that are available to startups and women entrepreneurs. Now it's time to honor our chief guest and other guests of today's occasion. I request Srimati K. Ramadevi ma'am to present a memento to our chief guest, Sri V. Pramod Kumar Garu. I request Srimati Vijay Lakshmi Garu, President Aila Aleap and MC member Aleap, to present a memento to Sri Papji Garu from SIDBI.
And they are also supporting the partner. They have given a word.
We used to have a city the exhibition grounds. We had exclusive pavilions. And CM used to inaugurate on January 1st.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Srimati Y. Tripuramba Garu, Vice President CED Aleap, to present the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. I'm supposed to give vote of thanks, but before that I want to say a few words about ourselves which are missed during the program. Aleap introduction was given very well, but sir, here we have a peculiar feature. This lady who thought of a women association, first of its kind in India, she was on the SIDBI board. She was in the Prime Minister's task force. She was on the board of EDII, now presently with MSME. Also, she is the one who was the bone behind creating the ZEM portal.
with all this, all of us were benefited. All the Aleap members were benefited because she was transmitting all the latest knowledge to us, and we were able to make use of all this. And Sidbi and we were traveling for the last few years together. Sidbi used to sponsor our stall in the industrial exhibition in Hyderabad for nearly 20 to 22 years, where the CM used to inaugurate that particular pavilion. And Sidbi used to sponsor EDP programs for CED, sir. You are a regular sponsor. We want to renew our relationship with you. And I happened to meet you in the frontline manager meeting in the RBI. So I recollect. I wanted to invite you that day, but I didn't have time. Sidbi is the agency like NABARD, where the budgetary allocation of Government of India for very many schemes are routed through. A small industries development bank of India, no other country has. I think we are the pioneers. Sidbi has many innovative schemes, and many of our entrepreneurs were benefited. Sir, we were the pioneers in introducing a scheme called ACGA, which was started before CGTMSC was created as a model from Italian Confidi. So let me confine myself to the duty given today. The pre-event session before this program was conducted by Dr. Murthy. He left, but it was very interesting. He has spoken to the children who participated in the other batch of workshop going on, and also the fresh college students, how IPR can help them to think about a proposal and also to launch safely. So that was a very good concept, and I attended the program. I also thank Dr. Pushpa, who was a leading IPR consultant who attended the program. I thank them both. I thank Dr. Zahurullah. Whenever we think about our VHub journey, he was with us from the beginning. He was a great support to us, and all the initial startups enjoyed his mentorship. We thank you, Zahur. We welcome you back. And Dr. Pramod Kumar, General Manager Sidbi, he has taken the office a year ago, but we didn't have many programs after pandemic, sir. We just started the physical programs and just now, and kindly guide us with all the new schemes. Our startup should get benefit, and we look forward for Sidbi's cooperation as usual. And yes, sir, we are going to start an industrial exhibition in People's Plaza. We need your sponsorship also. We'll be meeting you very soon. And we could not get our another chief guest, Dr. Narasimha Reddy, Vice Chancellor, because he was preoccupied with the JNTU, with the government meetings. He could not make it. And I think we should call him once again for such a gathering, which will benefit the students mostly. All the students have left, but I would like to proudly say that we have an MOU with almost all the universities, prime universities of both the Telugu states and outside. So I thank all our staff who designed this program, Zahur for the presentation, and Madam who could make it from an outstation travel direct from the airport. Thank you, Madam. And Vijay Lakshmi Garu, who is sitting here as an ILA. She is one of the first electronics engineer from AU, and she is an exporter to many countries. She sits silent, but a very successful entrepreneur. She was 3 times secretary to Aleap. We are very proud to have you here, Madam. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, both of you.
Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of all startups of AIC Aleap VHub, I request our chief guest, sir, to present a memento to Dr. Zahurullah SMD as a token of recognition.
It's okay. Yeah.
Do you want to share in?
No, it's okay. We'll postpone this. They're getting it.
Sorry for the delay, sir.
Come, sir. You are young, you can try.
Before we conclude this, I want Tripura Garu to announce we received 2 national awards for our Agri Entrepreneurs, Government of India.
Sir, through Manage, and NABARD sponsors a program called ACABC through Manage, and we have 2 centers functioning from Hyderabad and Vijayawada. The Vijayawada, we have bagged 2 prizes in the national level. Today, the Agriculture Minister is handing over them, and those that girl and the boy, they both are going to get good recognition state-wise and also nation-wise. I wish them all the best. I think we can promote. Thank you.
We are celebrating Startup India today as per the guidelines of DPIIT. And this is a great opportunity for Aleap VHub because we happen to be part of this program under Startup India scheme, where more than 70 entrepreneurs are encouraged under our Atul incubation mission, which promotes entrepreneurship and the change makers of the country. We are looking forward to getting associated in various other ways also, like hand-holding support, and also the 3 pillars which are mentioned under Startup India. We would like to provide the total ecosystem for entrepreneur to scale up and become a unicorn in this country. So with this objective, today we have taken forward this Startup India Innovation Program, and we are privileged to say that we are associated with the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and also Ministry of MSME, and also Ministry of Commerce, and also Atul Incubation Mission under Niti Aayog. We are promoting, and main objective of our organization is to bring convergence with academia and entrepreneurship. So we are involving many colleges, universities to get to make startup as their slogan, and achieve more entrepreneurs, and target more students to become entrepreneurs, to provide jobs for many youngsters. With this objective, we are also focusing on technology incubation and social concept also, where social entrepreneur is also encouraged to go to the rural areas and spread this word of innovation and incubation. So all of you are welcome to participate in this innovative acceleration program of Aleap VHub. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Santoshi Buddhiraju, CEO of Autocracy Machinery. I have a founder with us, Mr.
Lakshman Volakadi.
Yeah, and I think in Autocracy Machinery, I think our journey has been close to around 2.5 years. I think what we currently do is provide heavy machinery in India. So India is going through a burgeoning growth when we say there are a lot of infrastructure projects, Jal Jeevan projects, fiber cable lines, oil and gas lines. So, and currently there's no machinery that is manufactured in India for this need. We didn't require this until last 5 years, and I think this is a need of the hour we have. And that's where we as Autocracy Machinery come in, and we manufacture these machinery. Currently we have monopoly in the market on this. And we should say we're very thankful to Aleap and Startup India for this opportunity that we've been given. We've been supported quite a bit in the as a part of the SISFS seed grant that we have received, and also from the exposure that we as an organization have received. I think if we have to say in 2.5 years, the amount of exposure that we have got through this organization or through AIM, Atal Incubation Mission, at least it took the product on a national scale, which helped which helped us a lot in our growth. Anything you would want to add?
No, I'm good.
It helped us quite a bit in the growth. Say that now we are already providing our machinery in close to 14 plus states. We are providing it for, like I mentioned, for various projects like fiber cable lines, oil and gas, and Jal Jeevan project. So these are all which is the need of the hour, and we are able to support the country at this. And I think there should be a lot of startups like us. There might be 100 more, 1,000 more out there which need to be supported. And I'm pretty sure the government has taken first step, and Aleap has taken a lot more steps in recognizing them and supporting them, and I think we thank them for that. Thank you.
My name is Anubha Bhatnagar. I am the founder and CEO of Anuva Food Products Private Limited. We deal into manufacturing of dehydrated spices and cold pressed spices. We started this in the year 2020 with just 2 products, that is onion powder and garlic powder, and now extended our portfolio to 26 products. We have been thankful to Startup India as well as Aleap for helping us out with the seed funds during our initial stages. They also helped us out with the machine setup as well as the space so as to initiate our production in the initial stages. Now we have successfully been able to start our own unit and being manufacturing from the last 1 year. I would like to thank Aleap and Startup India for such a support. Thank you.
And Hi, my name is Alka and I am the founder and CEO of Pay8 Payments. We are a payment gateway platform company, which means that we help our customers to get payment solutions for their business needs. We help every customer to be able to sell online and receive digital payments. For those customers who do not have a website, we help them build their own website as well. We have products of invoicing as well as accounting, which can also aid every customer in getting payments. We had applied for the Startup India Seed Fund scheme, and through AIC Aleap VHub, we have received debt funding of 10 lakh rupees, of which the first tranche has come in, and we are well on our way to achieving the milestones given so that we can get our second tranche.